Thanks for joining us for County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Government, the nonprofit sector, and the business community have united in downtown Silver Spring to help the less fortunate. They are doing it by using an innovative concept, parking meters for the homeless. This coin can help feed a homeless person, and this parking meter is dedicated to collect change for Shepherd's Table. There are 4 new homeless meters in downtown Silver Spring. They look like a regular parking meter, but they are intended to help the homeless.
It raises awareness because along with the meters we have information, pamphlets, brochures that people couldn't walk away with. People become more educated about the plight of the disadvantaged in our communities.
The money collected goes to Shepherd's Table, a nonprofit organization that every day feeds approximately 160 people at dinner time.
The change that people give matters, and the change that people give help change to come about in people's lives. So long run, we're looking at the money we receive as an opportunity to provide services to help to change lives.
It took a partnership among the Urban District Committee, the Silver Spring Regional Center, and the business community to find the support to erect the meters.
Working with our regional center and other partners, they were able to garner the support of others in the community.
The meters are actually standing on the edge of private properties.
So we were able to put them in the highest trafficked areas by our Silver Spring Fountain area and also up by Gateway Plaza, which is right on Georgia Avenue. We thought that the higher the visibility, then the more people will be educated and the more people will be using them on a regular basis.
It was an opportunity to give the community a chance to give to a worthy cause. We all know Jackie in Silver Spring and the work she does. And many businesses felt that it was a great way to give and say, I'm helping Shepherd's Table and not having to deal with a panhandling issue.
In its first month, the meters have collected $165. A 5th meter will soon stand at Discovery Channel. There's no question that the congestion here in Montgomery County is some of the nation's worst. In fact, according to the 2010 Mobility Report, the D.C. metro area ranks first for having the worst traffic. However, one county councilman thinks he has a solution for a gridlock, and our Susan Kennedy is here with that story. Susan?
Lorna, Councilmember Mark Elrich has proposed a county-wide bus rapid transit system that is currently being reviewed by planners. He says BRT would provide faster, more efficient service than an ordinary bus line.
Bus rapid transit is like a rail system with dedicated right-of-ways, station stops, and high-quality vehicles with fast service, but the vehicle has rubber tires instead of steel wheels. Councilmember Elrich says getting rid of gridlock is key to our economic future.
So I look at it as, first of all, as a transportation tool. And if you're going to have economic development, the most likely way you're going to be able to attract people is if you can demonstrate a commitment to being able to move people. And Montgomery County will become less attractive and therefore more challenging in terms of maintaining or growing any kind of tax base, particularly a commercial tax base, if we don't demonstrate that we're serious about moving people.
Major cities across the country have enacted successful BRT systems. Mr. Elrich proposes over 10 rapid bus lines throughout the county, including New Hampshire Avenue, Randolph Road, and Route 29 on the east side. Arguments in favor of BRT include its affordability, the fact that it takes less time to get the bus lines in place, and it takes cars off the road.
CO2 is a major problem, and we have struggled mightily to figure out how do you reduce CO2 in the region. And one way of doing that is being able to provide shift to transit, and no one's going to shift to transit unless you provide a system that makes it attractive and reasonable to make a decision to switch to transit.
Elrich says reaction from officials and community members has been good so far. Some private firms have even approached him about the potential for partnerships. Right now, officials are waiting for planners to finish their study, and the county could begin soliciting bids for BRT within 2 years. I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Legislation legalizing same-sex marriage in the state of Maryland has been introduced in the state's Senate. In keeping with that theme, Councilmember Nancy Florine has introduced a resolution that urges the General Assembly to enact full marriage equality in the 2011 legislative session. She tells us she believes the measure is a question of civil rights.
Why should that be any different from me than it is from so many of my dear friends who have adopted children, who've owned homes together? Why would we put them in a situation where they're not able to assume a full range of legal and fiscal responsibility for each other that I have with my husband? To live with someone and be part of their lives for 20 or 30 years and not then being able to be allowed at their side in the emergency room because someone has raised this question is the kind of thing where that this law will change.
Your fingertip can now give you access to 3 recreation centers across the county. As part of a new pilot program, the biometric finger scanner system is replacing the old ID cards. A fun day is at the tip of your finger. The new biometric scanner is opening the doors of a future. Your index finger can become your ID to enter some recreation centers.
It is your finger veins. Each person has a unique vein pattern in their finger, so the scanner actually picks up your finger veins, which is not the same as fingerprints. It's very different than fingerprints. We're only looking at finger veins.
The county recommends the system as it will save about $50,000 a year from printing access cards. They are also environmentally friendly. The scanning takes just a few seconds and residents are calling it convenient.
I think it's a great way to go. It'll beat the card system, I think, because it's much more convenient and I think it's easier to use. I've used the finger scanner in other situations and I just think it works great.
The system is safe and information remains private and secured. However, county residents who do not wish to use the finger scanner, they may continue using the old access card.
I don't really get a lot of questions regarding the system. Occasionally I have concerns about, how well it works. But generally, people are just very, very positive about anything that can save them money.
The pilot program is implemented at the Olney Swim Center, Holiday Park Senior Center, and the Potomac Community Center. The county hopes to use the new technology in all 27 recreation facilities. In addition, the Department of Recreation has opened registration for hundreds of summer camps and programs throughout the county, offering full and half-day activities for many ages, including sports, acting, dance, and other interests. There are camps to fit every budget and payment plans are available. For registration information, you may call 240-777-6870 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/REC. When we come back, we'll take a look at an easier way to pay for parking. And we'll tell you about safety measures for people who work in the county.
I'm Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer. We'll tell you about the city's big plans for the old historic post office when County Report This Week continues.